Welcome back.
Good morning.
You okay there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
This is DadSchooled Podcast.com. And we're a bunch of dads, a bunch being exactly two dads, that just want to make all the other dads out there better. That's a good description for us, isn't it? We want to make
all of
things
us,
better.
us included.
Well, yeah. We're learning too.
Yeah.
So today we have something special for all y'all. I have a new segment that Jimmy is unaware of, and it's gonna be awesome. We also talk about some teaching and time with your kids. Teaching, not teaching your kids about time, or not taking time to teach your kids about time, but it's about teaching your kids while you have time. There you go. Also, a oldie but favorite and important tea. Power of being intentional in your fatherly duties. And how can we build each other up as dads? Not as moms, but as dads. Because we're not moms, we're dads.
That's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
So, here we go. This is also the part of the show right now where if we did get anybody who sent in a message to us via email or text or Facebook, we would talk about it. And we're not going to have any today because no one did. So if you want to send in your comments or questions, please feel free. In this exact moment of the show, you could be talked about. Who knows? Might be fun. Okay,
we're issuing homework.
Yes, issuing homework right off the bat. That's how we lose all of our views, probably.
That's all good.
Right off the bat, here's a new section called Calling Out a Dad. Okay? Now, I would like this section to be all about other dads calling out other dads for things they see them doing, whether it be excellent things, whether it be not so excellent things, or just things we need to talk about. Today, I'm going to kick this whole session off. We'll do one of these per episode. I'm going to call out Jimmy. Jimmy, yes, the other guy on this show, Jimmy. I witnessed something awesome last Saturday. Our families had the pleasure of engaging in what some might call pickleball. Now, if you were to watch us play, you might not call it that, but we had fun nonetheless. Our families joined together. There was lots of balls being hit around in the gym, pickleball variety balls. And in the midst of that, Jimmy's younger daughter had some trouble getting the ball over the net. And it started upsetting her. And she comes to Jimmy, and she was not happy. She was crying on the verge of tears, right? Remember this, Jimmy?
Oh,
yeah. And
And
Jimmy and I are sitting on a stage on the ledge in our gym, and we're just chatting, having a good old time. And I'm starting to think this is a really fun moment. We're having a good time talking. I have no idea what we're talking about, but we're two dads being dads. Our families are playing around. It was a good moment. I was having a moment there myself, right? I had dust in the air a little bit. And here comes his youngest. And Jimmy did exactly the right thing. And this is the call out. I witnessed a really touching moment where Jimmy stopped what he was doing, and his daughter was the most important thing in his life. Now, he could have said, go play with your sister and shoot her away. He could have said, just go practice some more, you'll get it. But he stopped what he was doing, and he took the time to try to show her how to hit the ball correctly. And each time she tried, he was encouraging. Each time she got a little closer to the net, he was encouraging, and she was building on that. And he had several different tactics and techniques he was using. Jimmy's not like the greatest player in the universe, but I would never have known that in that moment, watching him with his daughter. So I just want to shout out to Jimmy. Good job being a dad in that moment. it made me think about and remember why we're doing what we do, why we're here, because we're here to teach our kids. We're not here to be selfish and have dad time or have your time with your friends. You're here for your children, and Jimmy did a really good job taking care of business when he needed to. So good job, Jimmy.
Oh, thanks. The hardest part was that was right after we had already been playing for a couple hours, and then you and me decided to do a singles match, just the two of us.
It's
And
like a
then
bariatric singles match.
the moment we sat down, she comes and asks me for help, and I'm sucking wind, like I'm struggling to be on my feet. But yeah, I jumped over, and we just hit the ball against the wall for a while. It was fun.
Yeah,
I was glad
good.
to. Oh,
And
thanks,
she
man.
got better. She didn't get worse.
She
So you
did.
must have been doing something right.
She did. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it worked out.
So that kind of leads us into our first topic today, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're wanting to jump into taking time to be able to just focus on teaching your kids. So we understand maybe a handful of you out there aren't homeschool dads like me and Josh. That does not mean that in your home you're not a teacher. You don't have the capacity of relaying information, knowledge, skills, useful things over to your kids. And so we want to invoke a challenge of taking those times, those opportunities to be able to teach things to your kids. Now, you might be thinking, like I said, maybe you're not a homeschool family, or even if you are, maybe your wife does a predominant amount of the teaching, the instruction in your home. You're like, well, I'm not the teacher. I don't teach good. Maybe those are the thoughts going through your head. So I tried to break down. It doesn't have to be school subjects, and it's not just about the specifically, okay, time to teach. These open up great doorways for having intentional time, one-on-one time with one of your kids. And so how, if you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know what to even try to teach my kids. So take an inventory first off of yourself. I'd say first look at things that you enjoy doing. Do you have any hobbies of your own? Hunting, fishing, playing a sport, collecting coins. Do you enjoy history, going to different historical locations or something like that? What are hobbies, interests of yours? Like my father-in-law has a metal detector. He loves going out to fields and looking for just random stuff. Like that's one of his hobbies. What's something you enjoy? And then is there an opportunity you can, sometimes it might feel like to the kid, oh, dad's dragging me along to such and such again, but it opens that opportunity, that doorway for having a one-on-one instructional time with your kid. And then maybe it's not something that is necessarily a hobby or you enjoy, but something that you are good at, something that's a particular skill of yours that you're just the one who does it in your home. You do it a little bit better than someone else. But that's an opportunity to open up to your kids. And then there's just the things you are the one that do it, things that you do. So like it once every, I don't know, 1 or 2 years, we've got a patch in our front yard that needs new mulch laid down, and that job, falls on my shoulders. Well, this year I drug the girls with me to Home Depot, and we loaded up a bunch of bags of mulch and brought them home. And it was, we're gonna do this together. This doesn't need to just be the Jimmy show out in the front yard. And even when it was time to unload the bag, I mean, what's a bag of mulch, like 25 pounds, 30 pounds?
If
Maybe?
you get the
Like
small ones,
they're
yeah,
hefty.
Jimmy.
Yeah. They're hefty. But like my oldest, she's like, oh yeah, I got this. She starts grabbing them and pulling them out of the car. And I mean, much like myself, she's built on a small, lightweight frame. um,
For speed
and I
and
wasn't, yeah, speed and agility is more her thing. So I wasn't expecting her to be able to heft one out of the car, but she didn't. She just kept going and grabbing another one. I was like, well, right on. And then, I would open the bag and pour them out, and then they had the 2 rakes, and they spread it all out. And I took the time, like, okay, this is how you make sure it's not too much over here. We got to get all the way to the edge over here. And that was a teachable time, and it was more or less doing a chore. But it was an opportunity and a time that we spent together, doing something. I was passing on some knowledge and basic skill, but I was pouring into them. And then if you hit the bottom of your bucket there and you can't think of anything else, what are things that they enjoy, or what are things that they do, that you might not have that particular skill, knowledge, ability, and you might need to brush up a little bit, but you can still step into that moment and go, okay, let's do some teaching, let's do some instruction, or let's figure something out together.
I wonder how far you can push this, Jimmy. Like, you obviously broke the system and had a chore that you were assigned, and you made your girls do it for you. I wonder
Oh,
if
it was
there's a
awesome.
way I could take this and I have to do dishes. You think I could like gather all my kids up at the kitchen sink and be like, listen, Luke, grab that dish. Now
Go for it.
scrub that. Now scrub that. This is how you do this. I probably shouldn't use a creepy slow voice like that when I'm doing it. But
You just intimidatingly stand over their shoulder, and
yeah, like this is the day you learn the dishes. And then
yeah.
like the next thing is like, okay, on the list, vacuuming. Let's all gather around the vacuum, kids. I'm gonna teach you something. Luke,
Yeah.
grab the
Well,
vacuum.
like, here's one other example is our oldest. She decided that an interest that she has, that she hasn't really like played around with, but she's super intrigued with it, and she's very interested in it. She wants to look into digital filmmaking,
Ooh.
and like digital editing, and taking pictures, photography, and all that stuff. But mostly like filmmaking is something that
Mhm.
she's really interested in. So we found our old digital camera, little Canon, like fits in your pocket, little tiny
9
digital
millimeter?
camera.
Uh,
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Yeah. But yeah, it was just sitting in, like, I think it was in my sock drawer, just hanging out. Battery still works. The SD cards apparently don't last forever. I don't know. So they weren't working, so we bought a new
like
SD card. They
expired. Yeah,
I guess.
it went
But
sour.
yeah, bought a new SD card, put it in, and it works great. And but she was interested in learning about digital editing and filmmaking. So we went to the library and
Hmm.
went and looked, and we found a book on digital filmmaking. The book is from 2012. So I think the software maybe has changed a little bit since then.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
she still like sat down and she just devoured this book. She was just excited to just have something in her hands that
Hmm.
um, was like in the vein of what she's interested in. And so I sat down with her with the camera and like, okay, yeah, these controls, that they're a little less intuitive than just touching the screen on my phone. But this is how you get to the menu, and this is how you cycle through the pictures you took. And so she starts snapping pictures, and my youngest looks at it and she goes, "They look like old-fashioned photos," and that
Aw,
just
right
made me
in
feel
the,
so.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
right in the
But
2000s.
but it was finding something finding something that our kid was interested in, and then taking a moment. I mean, it doesn't take forever. We live, I don't know, a mile from the library, but we took time and we went and we looked around and we found some stuff and tried to feed into something that she was interested in. So there's multiple avenues you can take, but it does take intentionality.
Yeah, that's a and that's a good point. You don't have to dump a ton of money into an interest your kid shows either. Like, you have things around your house, if as long as their interest isn't like skydiving or something you can't easily produce with a cheap, fashion. There are
Let's go out
ways
to,
you can.
go out to the driveway, hop in the plane, kids. Here we
Yeah,
go.
no. And there's ways you can assist them in their knowledge, whether it even be just books or movies or finding a show that has that content in it to help them learn. That's a big thing in our house. Like, we're a house of gamers, I like to call us. Everyone, my wife, she is more practical than us, and she actually uses her computer time for producing things. um, my and I try to also. My kids are big, Minecraft and Roblox people, and my son's dabbling in some better games on Steam as their age appropriate come out. But I always tell them, be producers. Don't be consumers all the time. Like, produce content, produce something from what you're doing. It hasn't stuck yet. Like, honestly, like I'm still waiting for that aha moment. There's little
Sure.
glimpses of it. Like, as a software engineer, I get excited when my son comes to me and is like, "How do you build this in code?" I'm like, "Yes, the time is now. It's happening." And then we install the software, and he's like, "This is boring. I want to play something else." So you gotta take it, age appropriate. Just be patient. Your kids might not have your exact interests. They might not be all in whenever you identify something they're interested in and you try to assist them. Be patient. Be available and be ready. And I guess that kind of goes into our next topic a little bit. Be intentional with your time with your kids. And you can draw a large circle around a lot of things us dads do. This could fall in, but from the context of your kids' interests and helping your kids learn, you need to be all in. You can't just be like halfway there on your phone. Yeah, that's great, honey. Yeah, let's get that book about digital, something or other, and I'm gonna look at this YouTube clip over here. You gotta be all in. You gotta be invested. You as a dad might learn something about digital photography that you didn't know before. You might learn something about this old camera that you've had in your sock drawer for 30 plus years. You know, you don't know what you might learn, but you need to be all in with your kids because they see that. And they see if you're not interested. You talk to people in your life where you're trying to tell them something and they're over here, or they're looking someplace else, they're doing something else, they're not engaged with you. It doesn't really make you want to talk to them. It doesn't make you want to open up or share anything to that person. So if you're in, your eyes are on them, you're present, you're not distracted. That's the focus you need to have as a dad whenever you're helping your kids learn something. Now, taking a step back from helping them learn something, just in general, like us as dads, we need to be better. And I am no different. I've been struggling the past couple of weeks with some deadlines on personal projects I'm working on for people, software related. It takes a lot of time because I'm working most all day long. Then in my free time, I either have food that we eat at our house, or we might go, just for a break to step away and go play pickleball or something, or go to some other activity the kids are involved in. I am the times I get at my desk is usually in the evenings, after dinner, after our nightly activity, and the kids are winding down, almost time for bed. So there's like an hour-ish gap, maybe a little more of relaxation time. And most of the time I'll grab a bowl of ice cream, I'll throw a show on one of my screens here, and I'll be working on something else, work related on my computer. That's when my kids will come downstairs and ask me to play games with them. And right now, because I have other things I'm working on, I feel conflicted. Like, I shouldn't stop this work and play video games because morally or ethically that wouldn't be good. I should be doing something else for the clients that I'm being paid money to do for instead of play video games. But then, this, like, my wife reminded me the other night. She said, maybe you should play a game with your kids for 20, 30 minutes before they go to bed. And then, it might get late, yes, because usually what happens, I'm putting the kids to bed, hours go by trying to do that, and then it's like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, and I just do not want to go back downstairs to my office because it's too late. And that cycle's happened this past 2 weeks repeatedly, where it's I'm going to bed, I'm tired, but then you don't get any work done. So it's frustrating, and it's hard as a dad to like justify that 30 minutes. But if you step back and look at it, that 30 minutes is not going to make or break me because I could have been doom scrolling on Facebook or YouTube for 30 minutes if I don't watch myself as well. So is it really that fair to deprive my kids of my excellence in a video game for 30 minutes? because I feel like I can't step away. So that's the whole lesson here is you can't step away from what you're doing. The project you're working on is one, it can wait. Unless you're working on Air Force One, or you're working on missile control systems, or a hospital, hospital something, people's lives are on the line, or our nation's security is on the line, or the president needs you now. Unless your job falls in one of those categories, you probably can take 30 minutes for your kids.
I'm on permanent sabbatical from working on Air Force One.
Yes. After that toilet incident, they won't let you back on there, will they?
Right. No. Yeah. Yeah. No more. Yeah, I think, and just calling back to me working in the yard with the kids. I mean, that's kind of like a simple hack that you could take as a dad. Like, I have chore to be done. Chore could go faster with more hands. So let's get out there and do it together. It's I mean, you're getting things done, but there's that opportunity of doing some intentional work together, sharpen their skills, goof around a little bit. I mean, they probably, if I remember correctly, we had a small little lightsaber fight with the ends of the rakes for a couple seconds. Like, I mean, goof off a little bit. It doesn't all have to be all serious and crazy. I'm sure our neighbors were like, what the heck? Because we live on like the corner of the busy street in the neighborhood, so every car was driving past us. But we try to not look like the awkward homeschool family.
We have embraced that a long time ago, Jimmy. Someday you will too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That actually that it gives me an idea for future short video segments we can do. This will be good.
Ooh, I know a video editor.
Ooh, yes, that's a good idea. Well,
ooh,
it might even look like a video. This would be interesting. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna steal your thunder here, Jimmy. There's and I kind of already started with this today, awkwardly. Other dads out there, you look around, you might not know, like, there's another guy there, there's another bearded fellow or non-bearded fellow in front of you at work or at the store. You might not know if they're a dad or not. Okay. But if you find a dad doing something with their kids out in public, or a friend that you just know has kids, it makes them a dad, right? You should be looking at ways to encourage them. Okay. And this sounds a little touchy-feely for some dads out there. Some dudes are like, I don't need to do that. Be a man, step up, right? Cool. Yeah, be a man, step up. But you should be a man, step up also, and don't be a jerk. You can be a kind human being and still be a gruff man. You can look at the dad over here with their kid that just dealt with a meltdown in a supermarket, or is in the midst of this meltdown supermarket. You can encourage him. Hey, I think you're doing great. Keep it up. There's nothing wrong with that. Some stranger told me, hey, you're doing great. Keep it up. I'll stop crying in that moment and I'll thank them. It'll be a good moment for me in this supermarket with my kids all screaming, if that ever happened. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's happened before. But encouraging somebody is good. And you should look for opportunities in your daily walk as a dad to lift up other dads and help them. You shouldn't look at, a situation and put your judgy pants on. You shouldn't step back and be like, man, he messed up. He's raising sissy kids. No, you should. And also on the flip side, don't go over there and give them advice because they don't want advice. Yeah. Us as dads have a hard enough time getting that from our significant others. We don't necessarily need a random dude coming up and saying, you know what you messed up there? No, sir, I don't know what I messed up. How would you tell me? I'd love to hear this right now. But anyways, did I miss anything, Jimmy? Like, be encouraging to another dad. I can only think of supermarkets right now. Hardware store, maybe.
Yeah, when you're out in the wild and you see something good, like even just the simple thumbs up or the nod, like, hey, yeah, good job, yeah. But even for your own growth as well, if you've got another guy in your life, an older gentleman perhaps, that you could ask, hey, I've seen you with your kids and they all seem sane and stable. And they're older than my kids. Ask for advice. Take an opportunity to, like, what was your secret? Like, I'd encourage you to just ask ask for some of those pointers that that maybe, or if it's someone that is more advanced in whatever your hobby or interest or whatever that skill is, thing that you have to do. Well, Joe's got the crazy amazing yard and I can't ever seem to get mine right. Like, ask him for some pointers and then drag your kids along with you. It could be a great opportunity for your own growth, developing another relationship with a guy. But it could also be an open opportunity for spending some one-on-one time with your kid, phones down, eyes up, engaged, locked in, and have some life together.
Absolutely. So we have covered a lot of things today. Okay. So I thank all of our listener out there. I thank all of you that have stuck with us. Hi, Jimmy's mom. And we, every single week, we started off with a scary homework kind of vibe, and it's not any different at the end either. We're gonna end with a scary homework vibe.
Scary homework vibe. Okay.
Yeah, you have a challenge this week, dudes, guys out there, dads. You teach your kids something. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, teach your kids something good, or teach your kids something useful. Don't teach them the new bad word. Don't teach them the new bad habit, or new bad phrase to say in public. Let's teach your kids something useful. Teach them anything. Like we went over a list before. It could be something you're interested in. Most likely, the better course of action is something they're interested in. Help them learn, because they're more apt to learn if they're interested in it. Put your phones down, focus with them, unless their interest is digital photography and they want to use your phone. Then you should not put your phone down, because that'd be against what we're telling you to do. And you're like, but they said put the phone down, but we can't. I'm trying to, I can't. Also, reach out to another dad. This is a multiple step homework assignment. Reach out to another dad and encourage them. Say, hey, I think you're doing great. I think you're a great dude. Good job. Something simple as that, or less awkward. Your choice. And as always, if you found this content useful, if you enjoy listening to us, and even if you didn't enjoy listening to us, you should definitely show it to somebody else, another dad in your life. Nothing else will speak encouragement to other dads in your life than sharing this podcast with them.
And the best way I recommend doing that is having it queued up and ready on your phone, and walking up to strangers and just have them watch it. Just go, look, watch this. Watch this. And they'll be hooked. I guarantee it.
Or ask them for their phone number and just send it to them,
That's right. Just start texting it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have questions, comments, if you have any kind of encouragement that you know of in your life that you need, if you have encouragement you don't know of in your life, you don't know you need, but you still know you should reach out to us and tell us, please, DadSchoolPodcast.com, or hit us up on the social links on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, X. We're everywhere. We're really trying hard. So reach out to us and we will get in touch with you. So far, my inbox is appalled at the amount of emails we have received.
Flood them in.
Flood them. So that's it for this week. We will not be back next week. Okay. Sorry. We're going to be delayed a week. I don't know if Jimmy knew this or not. But I am going on a youth kids camp with my kids and whole family, Sunday through Wednesday. So I won't be back in time for the show, but I will be back the week after that, and I'll tell you all about it. It's going to be epic.
So you're going on a sleep deprivation experience.
Yes. It's a 3-day camping in air conditioned cabins. Hopefully the air conditioning is working.
Hopefully.
I just like
Some of
lost
these.
half the dads out there like air conditioned cabins. What a wuss. Like, no, yeah, but it's for the kids. It's for the kids.
That's right. Pouring
Um,
into that generation.
pouring into the kids. Lots of AC.
There you go.
So yeah, we'll be back and stay deadly. Is that a new phrase for us?
That okay.
Stay deadly.
Stay deadly, everyone.
Till next time. Bye.